Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope everybody is keeping safe. Today I wanted to do something different, not makeup related. I wanted to cook, so let's get into it. I'm making Ghana jollof. So my ingredient for this cooking is some onions. I love onion. Look at how big those onions are. So I've got two big onions, some ginger, some garlic, some bay leaves. I have my what you call it? I think it's called anise seed. Somebody corrected me, so thank you, ladies, for correcting me. I have this mix from Ghana, and I have rosemary. I have some tomato puree and my meat. I also have some other spices as well, onga from Ghana, and then I have some stock cube. So let's begin by chopping the onions. So I'm going to chop the onions and chop, the garlic and the ginger, put everything together in this blender. And then I'm going to add some of the rosemary. Yeah, I'm going to use a tablespoonful of the rosemary seeds. Then kete add the anise seed and this mixture, herbal mix from Ghana as well. So I'm going to blend all of that together with my stock cube. This one is a meat one. So we're going to blend everything together, and I'm going to use some of that mix to add to my meat to season it and to boil it to use as a stock for the jollof rice later. So that's what I'm doing right now. So it's almost done boiling. I think I kept it on for about 15 minutes. I didn't want to leave it on for too long because I don't like my meat to be too dry. When you cook it for too long, it just ends up too dry. You don't want that. So right now, after 15 minutes, it's all nice and cooked. So I'm going to separate it from the stock and then save the stock for later. So the meat, in a few minutes, I am going to fry it and then use that one too for later. So that's the stock all nice and ready, waiting for me to use when the rice goes into the stew later on. So my oil is nice and hot, ready for me to fry my meats. So let's get into it. I'm going to just put everything inside because I don't like doing it one by one. I don't want to get burnt. And that was somebody trying to steal meat. So yes, let's get into it. So we are going to fry. I'm going to stir it just to make sure that every meat is nicely coated in the oil so that it all gets fried nicely. I'm not going to keep it in here for too long, maybe about 5-10 minutes or even less, because I don't want it to get burnt. So yeah, I did chop them quite small pieces. I didn't want them to be I don't like big pieces. So basically I chopped it quite small just so that it's nice and easy to munch. Yep. And guys, it's my first time doing a voiceover, so if I make any mistake, don't worry. I'll get better with time. So this is my very first time doing a voiceover. So let's get into the cooking. My meat is now done frying, so I'm getting them out of the oil at this point. So now my onion is ready to go in the oil. That it has the ginger and everything all inside this mix. It smells delicious. So now it's going to go into this oil. Look at that. So I'm going to make sure I get every little bit of this onion into my oil. I don't want to leave any in there, and I'm going to use water to rinse out the rest and pour it back into the mix, as you can see here. Yep. And at this point I am going to stir it periodically to make sure that it doesn't get burnt. The thing about frying onions at this point, if you leave it on the fire for too long and you don't stir, it is going to get burnt. And trust me, you do not want it to get burnt, because what happens when it gets burnt is that it's going to have this all black pieces in the stew, and it does taste a bit sour. You don't want that in your stew. Yeah. So yep, that's exactly, yeah, we're going to keep stirring to make sure that it doesn't get burnt. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yep. So I'm still stirring because this was quite a lot of onions. So if you don't keep stirring, it's going to get burnt. So I'm going to add my tomato puree now at this point. Yep, add it all in. And I did have my blended, my blended tomatoes on the side as well, but I forgot to film that bit, so forgive me. So this is the tomato puree going in first. So once the onions are done frying, the next thing to go in is my tomato puree. That's it. This is how I do mine anyway. It doesn't mean it's correct, but that's how I do it. Yeah. So I'm adding a bit of water just to make sure it doesn't, burn or something like that. Yep. So at this point, you're going to keep stirring. You need to stir it until it's evenly distributed into the onion mix. Yeah. So keep stirring. Making jollof is quite easy. It's not as difficult as some people think. It's quite easy. Yeah. So I only use one onion. So yeah. This was just some chopped onions I got from Costco. So after the tomatoes went in, I added my bay leaves, and I think at this point I've added some of my spices that needed to go in. So this one is onga tomato sauce from Ghana. So I did pour quite a lot, so yeah, I didn't use all of it. So I'll say that it was just a tablespoonful that I used. No, not tablespoonful, teaspoonful that I used. Yeah. So make sure you stir it so that it's evenly distributed into the stew. And a little bit of salty taste as well. Not too much salt. Just, to your taste basically. Some people don't like salt. Some people do. It's just to your taste, your personal preference basically. And yeah, so we're just going to keep stirring, because if you don't stir, it is going to get burnt. I keep telling you. Don't say that Pat didn't tell you. I'm telling you, you need to keep stirring periodically, else you are going to burn your stew. And make sure that you turn the heat down a little bit as well. So I am going to add some pepper. So this is cayenne pepper. I get this one from Costco. So we like pepper in my house, so don't it's just how we like our pepper. In this, if you cook and there isn't too much pepper in there, nobody's going to eat it. So hey, majority carry the vote in this house. So yes. So the more the pepper, the better they are going to enjoy the meal. So the stew is pretty much done. At this point, everything that needs to go in has gone in. The stew is done now. So what I'm doing is it was quite a lot. So I am taking some of the stew and putting some to the side, which I'll show you what I'm going to use for later in the video. So now the rice is gone in. Yep. And I'm going to now add the stock that we had on the side. So I've added the stock in. I don't like my rice too soft, so I'm not going to add any extra water to it. Basically just the stock. So the stew that I put on the side, I have just put some of the stew into this bowl, and on this occasion I'm not going to put the meat in the rice. So I'm doing an extra salt on the side. So what I'm doing is added the meat to the stew, and some chunky slices of onions I added to it. Normally I'll add some green peppers as well, but I didn't have any, and I'm trying to not go out too much, so I didn't want to bother going to the shops. So on this occasion I'm just going to use this chunky onions, and I added some mixed vegetables later on, just to make it taste nice. And so this one is the first time I'm stirring the rice. I think it's after 5 minutes of the rice being on the fire, I decided to stir it, just turn it, just so that it doesn't get burnt. And this was the second turning as well. And I had some plastic covering it just to make sure that the steam can cook the rice nicely. So that is the rice almost done. Just make sure that every grain is evenly cooked. So that's why I need to keep turning. So yeah. And you know, my jollof is just if you can smell it, if only you can smell it, the aroma is just yummy. Yep, that was the jollof done, basically completed. And voila, that is the finished product. Please do not laugh at my garnishing, okay? I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to put something at the top to make it look nice. I don't know what I was doing, trust me, but it does look nice. So that is the finished product. That is my Ghana jollof. Pretty simple, and it tastes so yummy. I wish you could taste it. I mean, look at it. And that is my meat sauce on the side as well. And there's no jollof complete without super malt.